Kevin, thank you so much for being on the show today. I greatly appreciate it. For those that haven't met you at a training or an expo, can you share with everyone your name, your company name, and where you guys are located?
Yeah, I'm Kevin Braun from Amson Wolf's Electric, Valparaiso, Indiana.
Very good.
It's up in Northwest Indiana.
Yep. I work for Talk for a great reason. You're an electrician there, and you've had a killer last couple of years. This is a time to brag a little bit. What'd you do last year in sales? And you installed it as well, right?
Yeah.
Let's stipulate.
Probably around 850, I think.
Man, the year before that,
a little bit. Cost $750.
It's a lot of revenue in a small market. That's incredible. So
yeah, it's more of a smaller rural type area than
So when I saw those numbers and found out you were installing the work yourself, not just selling for free, I was like, we got to see what this guy's doing. Got to see how he's making the magic happen. So I love learning people's stories. We'll get into your sales process in that service call process, but I love learning people's background. So how did you get into this industry? Maybe let's start. What'd you do after high school? Did you go to college for a little bit?
So back in the late 90s, I graduated in 99. After that, in 99, the summer, then I worked for a construction company.
Okay.
And while I was working for a construction company, it was actually Kirk's uncle.
Oh,
so, yeah, so he was wiring up houses and stuff like that. And then he just asked me if I wanted to do electrical and give him a hand. So it was wintertime while we were slow. Well, it was him who wired up houses, and then kind of the rest is history. I just kind of went and did that.
Yeah.
Then I left for a little bit and then came back and worked with you. So.
That's right. I forgot that So what did you do then in between?
So I worked for the state of Indiana.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like a maintenance person for the state.
Yeah.
And then I kind of worked my way up through supervision, doing all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why the change to come back to electrical?
Because being a state employee, I already had my pension. Being a state employee, you don't make, I'm not going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
So it was more chasing money and then chasing a dream of doing what I love.
Okay, so you're like, I really enjoy electrical. I need to go back into it.
Yeah.
So did you reach out to Kirk and Brent?
I ran into him at Menards.
Is that right?
Yeah, just ran into him, was talking, and said, hey,
and
you hire?
You brought it up to them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for this work.
Yeah, I kind of went for, I was young.
Yeah.
Getting married, insurance reason.
Mm.
I need health insurance. You got going to have a family. I was going to get married, so yeah, that's why I decided to go. They were a small company. I think I was the only one working with them at the time.
Yeah, for sure. So what was the onboarding like now? I mean, it had been a while since you run service calls, right?
Oh, yeah.
So how did you get reacquainted with the service process and kind of make it your own?
Well, so when I came back, I rode with Kurt, a little bit just to kind of get reacquainted, and I did that for a little bit, like a month or two, couple months.
Yeah.
And then they came down to Expo for a fall Expo, and they just let me go in the van to run it. And I just kind of stayed in a van.
You stayed in a van and been doing
it. Yeah.
That's great.
Steadily increased.
What kind of training do you guys do today? Because you got a lot bigger team.
Yeah, we do weekly training. So every Wednesday, we do like a little main bang. And then we do stuff here or there. We help each other out. And constantly training each other.
Yeah.
It's kind of...
Yeah. Well, how do you guys decide on the topics or the content?
Usually it kind of comes down to mostly something like happens throughout the year or something like that. And then we kind of, hey, we need to refresh them. So then we just kind of make it a training topic for that week. Or sometimes they'd pick out a training topic, just train on it. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah. Who's directing most of the training? You do any part of Kurt do?
Well, Chris has been doing it.
So, yeah. Very good. Very good. So it's just what's going on currently. Like, let's talk about it. I'm sure you guys are talking throughout the day too, helping each other out.
Yeah. All the time. Yeah. We're always calling each other to talk. So
yes, it's a good team there. A lot of good folks over there.
On it.
Yeah. That's great.
There's I think 4 of us now.
That's fantastic. Let's talk about what you do on a day-to-day basis. So let's say you get dispatched to a call. How much do you know about the call going into it? What do you do to get prepared for it? What's your process?
I kind of go on to service line and I listen, listen to the call that the call taker took and try to kind of mentally prepare you. Kind of tell what the person, their tone is, by what they kind of want and don't want. You trying to get and into that, going into it, and then read the jobs, get all the job notes on there, kind of read that. Then you just kind of like prepare yourself going there. You go to the door, out the door, and there you go. But there you go.
Did you do any certain music or anything, motivational stuff?
They don't do any music. You just I listen to AM radio.
Okay, yeah.
I listen to a lot of sports.
Yeah. So you're locked in. That's your way, kind of a little release in between calls.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. All right, so you knock on the door, like you said. You turn a little bit. They open the door. They greet you. How do you start building a relationship? Because that's so important for that trust, right?
I kind of just look around, glance in the house. When they open the door, you kind of glance around quick.
Sure.
And then while you introduce yourself and all that, and then usually they invite you in, and you walk in, and they just kind of look around while you're talking, just small talk. Then you kind of catch pictures, or what sports teams do they like, or do they have a fancy car in the driveway that they're really proud of, or some women, they like their plants and showers, and
just big little small talk, open, have some questions that get them to kind of relax,
lighten up, open up.
Sure. Now, when do you pivot to what the reason for the call is? You just okay, Mrs. Jones, tell me about what's going on, or what do you like?
I just kind of like what you said. What do you got? What kind of issues you having? What do you got going on? What do you got for me to work on today? And they usually take you to there, and then okay, yeah, you need this ceiling fan replaced. Where's your breaker pan? And I'll take a look at that
real quick before you go. You go to the ceiling fan, the breaker pan. Do you talk about yourself or the company at all, or you kind of wait for that later on, as you show options to kind of add that credibility?
Personally, I do that when I'm Kevin from Masterful Electric, probably electrician of the day.
Okay.
And then the whole credibility thing, I kind of do that after they show me the panel, and then where I'm at. Then I kind of ask them, hey, is there anything else going on in your house? Any contractors been in there working, stuff like that. Kind of making small talk, asking questions. I'm trying to get down mentally to the root of their problem.
Sure, for sure.
Getting into any price.
Oh, yeah.
Anything like that. Yeah.
Boy. Right. Yeah. All right. So a ceiling fan call, a good example, because, I go to the breaker. Do you ever get any pushback? Why do you need to go to the breaker panel? They're how do you,
that happens all the time. So I just kind of say, hey, so I need to turn power up. We should turn power up to that circuit anytime we work on it, because we don't want anyone getting shocked or get hurt.
Right.
Anything like that.
Okay. Now, do you prefer them to go with you, or you just kind of let it roll and see what they...
I kind of prefer them to go with me.
Yeah.
Fight them if I'm with. So
yeah.
That way, then if there's anything to see along the way, you kind of say, hey, they're pointing about that. This.
Yeah.
Because, you don't want to come to them with all these problems and hey, whoa,
right.
I didn't want you to do any of that.
Right. Okay.
And kind of make it, let it be their idea a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So let's say in this case, you go to the panel and it's it's bad. It's old. It's maybe original to a really old house. How do you, what do you kind of say to the,
usually if it's an old panel and they open it up, I go, oh. Not on purpose. It's just a natural reaction though. But
yeah.
More or less. I don't even mean to do it. It's just, you just oh.
Right.
And that's an old one.
Yeah. So what do you say to the homeowner about, because it's they probably have all these electronics now and it's all plugged into this undersized panel. So, again, you don't want to start hard selling them on a panel when you got their call for a ceiling fan. So how do you handle that situation?
Well, I always tell them, you really, you want to take care of your ceiling fan. You want that ceiling fan, but you got to take care of the heartbeat of your electrical system. That's your panels. Without that, you're not going to have all this.
Right. So when you go, Miss Jones, have you
thought about, updating this? This panel's 30 years old. You really need to start thinking about maybe saving some money aside and get this panel replaced. I don't say you need to replace it.
Yeah.
I just kind of let the option be with them.
Okay.
That way, then they're not feeling enticed to do something.
Right. Do you get any in the safety? With something that old?
Yeah, I write it in there, lifespan panel.
Okay.
Outdated.
Okay.
So
All right. So, you go there, you turn the breaker off, obviously the inspection is a big part. I'm sure you do it.
I'm doing it.
Is it on paper? Or do you like do it on iPad?
I kind of do my inspection though, kind of do the job that they want me to do really first.
Okay, good. That's what I wanted to get. So real quick,
Let's do that one ceiling fan, and
will you give them options on the ceiling fan, by the way, or you just price it?
I'll try to just options. So you get the ceiling fan option, and then I'll give them like an option for like ceiling fan and a dimmer.
Okay,
light fan, speed control combo, or something simple. Maybe it's surge protector.
Yeah,
and then while they're working, because you're going to get them to sign off on that job,
right?
And then while they're working, and I'm doing my safety nodes,
very good.
Then I present them with the options of, hey, these are all the safety issues that we need to get addressed in your house in this order.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I let them kind of decide and tackle if they want to do any more than just feeling bad.
Okay. So on that inspection, is it like, it's a paper one we get? Where's yours online?
We do ours all on the
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
All right. So
we do have paper ones too. We can do with some older people like paper versus tablet.
But you normally use a tablet, normally. Okay, very good. So then you're just documenting everything you see. As you see things, let's see, there's a GFCI that should be there, or there's not there. Will you go, Mrs. Jones, can you take a look at this? Or do you kind of just prefer to do an overview of the whole house at one time?
Oh, I bring it up to them, by code, you're supposed to have a GFCI here, or, hey, I noticed while doing, can I test this out while we're here walking through?
Yeah.
And then I'll test the GFI. Oh, wait, it's not tripping. Ooh, they say, why is it not tripping? Doesn't make sense. That outlet's always work.
Right.
Then you have to explain why it's, the inside and the workings of the GFI. And usually, oh, yeah, can you change that for me today?
Right.
Yeah, I can take care of that for you.
Sure.
Do you have any other ones around your house that you want done or need, or
are they all about the same age, something like that? Yeah. Let's back up a little bit. When we went down the path of the ceiling fan, but how about like something where you need a diagnostic, like you got a dead outlet, they call it, can't you just change out this outlet real quick? Isn't it a real quick fix? I mean, you guys sell the diagnostic.
Yeah, we sell the diagnostic. So
yeah,
we go in there, you say, you may have, a bad outlet. It could be a bad breaker. It could be a bad connection anywhere in your house in that circuit. So yeah, really we need to do the diagnostic to ensure that the safety of that circuit's good and it's not just that one outlet.
How do you explain it? If people don't know, most people electrical at all, I mean, do you just kind of say, hey, they're all interconnected? Because some people struggle with it. How do you explain that?
Yeah, so you have to explain. I mean, you have the book too, and that's actually in the book. You can kind of flip to the page. Sometimes you can show them a circuit,
right?
And usually people are like, just do what you do. I don't understand all that lingo.
Yeah.
But then you try to explain to them, and most of the time, they somewhat get it.
Right. Well, you got a book. It helps that credibility for sure.
Yeah.
Do you ever get pushback on this diagnostic fee? I'm like, did I pay a service fee if you, to have you come out? Is there ever a confusion with that? Or
I mean, we get it sometimes. Yeah, not totally that much. I mean, some people push back, but usually when you push back, and I tell them kind of, this covers me like for this whole, if I'm here for 24 hours figuring this out, yeah, you're covered for this. If I'm here for 4 hours, you're covered for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I want to be getting.
But if you do the diagnostic and you do it properly, you're going to spend a good couple hours in that house.
Sure.
I mean, going through everything.
So that's how so I was going to want you to explain that, how you explain the benefits. Like, hey, I'm here it could take forever, right? So that's but you don't have to pay for forever. But it's to your advantage. I'm going to diagnose it because you can't fix anything if you don't know what's wrong.
Right? And they get the warranty too. Hey, if that circuit fails again, that's on me because I was troubleshooting that circuit. So yeah.
All right. So do you guys do a lot of rewires that come from that?
We don't get a lot of rewires up there.
Okay.
We get a few.
Mm-hmm.
Most people will do it like room by room.
Okay.
They'll have us come in and hey, let's do $5,000, so rewire this ring. And then next year I'll be coming, you can do this room.
Okay.
But yeah, every once in a while you get a whole house rewire, but usually they're the smaller $1,000 1,500 square foot houses.
Yeah, well, older wiring,
Older wiring, older home.
Yeah. So how do you build that out though? An option sheet, maybe talk. Is it the whole house is the top option, like you said, house by house, or room by room rather, is the middle one, or how do you kind of build those out?
Well, usually I build it out, whole house rewire, because it comes with the panel, comes with everything.
Yeah.
So you build that out for them. You got the standard safety savings rate. And then I kind of just show them that and then see what they'd say. And then they're like, "Ooh, hey, I really," well, then, we got financing too. So kind of give them the financing option.
Oh, okay.
And then if they still don't want to do it, it's like, I really can't afford to do that. But, maybe we can do something a little less on the, well, why don't we at least do room X and Y?
Yeah.
These are the most higher priority of getting this done, or get the panel done first, and then we'll come here and we'll do this room or that room. And, it says we have 0% for 18 months.
Okay.
To $5,000 max. So, yeah, a lot of people will take that same as cash,
Sure. Yeah, I was going to ask you about finding what sells. Is that the big one that?
Yeah, that's a real big one that we use a lot.
Do you have one that like stretches out payments super long that people like?
There is one other. Yeah, very few people really use it that way.
Okay. So
a lot of people by us are kind of afraid to finance anything, right?
Right.
Let on 0%.
Well, that's all right. Yeah. That's it. I like though how you don't really give them I don't want to say you don't give options, but you tell them, hey, this isn't really what's best for you, and then let them push back and then, okay, well, we can do
the Y and Z. You're like, hey, let's find out what's best to work for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
absolutely. Have to pressure them with all these. You give some options, but you don't want to overbear them with a lot of options. If you overbear somebody, their mind's going to melt and they're just going to go into this black hole.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like with electrical, there's all sorts of, there's different things like, there's surge protection, smoke detector. There's all the lighting, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you sell a lot of lighting?
A lot of lighting in the kitchen.
Now, is it
additional living area?
Is that the reason for the call? Or you like to run?
Usually we upsell it. We get a lot of calls for wafer lights, the LED wafer lights, but usually it's an upsell.
Okay. So how do you pitch that to a homeowner?
It's usually the women in the house.
Yeah.
And usually they're like, hey, it's really dark in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I'm like, we could do this, or retrofit some cam lights that they have, and it always improves their lighting.
Okay.
Or we can, if they just got two lights, one in the center of the kitchen, one in the dining room.
Okay.
We can put LED wafer lights in there and light it up for you. Put a dimmer on there. You can dim it down a little bit.
Okay. So and you'll just build out. Now, will you build a separate set of options, or how do you present that?
That's a separate set of options for one.
Okay, and that's just as you go. So what in that case you'll just do the whole project, maybe one room, or how do you figure out how to do, build different options for something like that?
It's just different case by case. Yeah, you just got to kind of go into each house, and each person's different.
Mm-hmm.
Each demographic where we live is different, because we're in a weird area. We're up by Chicago. So you got Lake County, and you got Porter County, then you got Porter County, which are all kind of like a lot of people from Chicago that work in Chicago live in that area. Then you get to the 3 counties south of us, which is total demographic. It's different.
Yeah.
And they're we don't price them different.
Yeah,
but people down there are priced lower than what we are.
Sure.
Up in the 3 counties north, so we got to make it more of a challenge.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's a little different. So every house is a little bit different. When you go in there, you got to price it out, kind of know your customer and how you're gonna choose what you're gonna do. And
right,
because you can go in every house and you could try to sell them a new house if they want to.
Right, especially older homes, right? That I haven't touched.
Yeah, we got a lot of them. Center Valpo, 1800.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and we still have knob and tube wire in some of them.
Wow.
Yeah, so that building the options on that is because you really don't know how much knob and tube is in a house until really you kind of either pull everything apart or you disconnect the circuits.
Yeah.
And see what goes off. Right. And then you got to follow it around. You go from one side of the house all the way to the other with one serving. Man. So it can get pretty crazy.
Sure.
Some of them out.
Sure.
So, sure. And some of them, you got half of them are already rewired.
Okay.
Half of them are not.
Okay. Interesting.
Half the circuits are old.
Yeah. So it's always a surprise, house by house.
Yeah. Something new every day.
That's right. That's right. I mean, we mentioned surge. How about you sell a lot of surge protection?
A lot of surge protection.
How do you find it up?
I just like going in there, and I like to go in there, do the job. Like I said, go there, focus on the job, the task at hand. And then while you're there, you can kind of upsell them on the surge protection. Right. Take them down in the panel and explain it to them.
Yeah. So what do you think?
How to protect them?
Yeah, I want to
protect all their electronics and their air conditioner, and you want to protect your dishwasher, microwave, stoves if you have an electric stove.
Yeah. Because I think always the dimmers, the pushback is, I have those, those extension cords all the way plugged in there. It'll work. I've seen them catch fire and burn into the floor. Oh, yeah. Or they start melting. Yeah.
Yeah, we had somebody take a surge to their house one time, and the utility company said, oh, that's not our problem that our transformer blew and put I can't remember what it was. I think it was like 180 volts or something on one of the legs of the circuit. It was something crazy. And then it burned out every GFCI in the house. And it melted her she had an old DVD player.
Yeah.
And it just was on fire. And it took the actual surge strip and melted it into her floor.
Support for this podcast comes from Amana. Amana brand is a premium brand from Daikin, the world's #1 indoor comfort solutions company with over 20,000 employees in North America alone. Originating 8 decades ago, the Amana brand is synonymous with long-lasting premium quality products. Chances are you and generations before you have enjoyed the dependable performance and longevity that the Amana brand continues to deliver. Today, Amana brand systems like the new S-Series site discharge system with inverter technology are manufactured with high-quality materials and innovative technologies. The unique design and excellent energy-efficient performance of the S-Series is a fraction of the size of other Amana brand systems. Because of its slim design, it's easy to transport and install. The Amana brand S-Series system is available in AC, heat pump, and dual-fuel configurations. Every Amana brand indoor comfort product is built to our highest standards. The S-Series is no different. Take comfort with its 10-year parts and lifetime unit replacement limited warranties. For more information on the Amana S-Series, follow the Amana brand on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
Wow. So did you take pictures of that? Did you show people stuff like that?
Yeah, I had pictures of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one was a couple of years ago.
Yeah. I was going to say, do you use any other visual? You said the book. I mean, you take pictures of other jobs.
I do show, people the lighting and all that. Right. I try not to show people anything of stuff, ring and stuff like that. You don't want to scare them.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of nice though, showing pictures of stuff you've created, changing the way people's kitchens look just by a couple lights.
Right.
That's just really cool.
Sure, for sure. How about smoke detectors? That's a big safety item. I know a lot of people don't like to sell them, but they are. I mean, it's a big safety. What do you sell a lot of light?
Yeah, so I focus more on that in the wintertime.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of focus on oil. I'm sure you tend to put more focus on surge protection, smoke alarm in the wintertime when it's slow because we're going around doing our SSP inspection right up ahead. Right. People that every 10 years you got to replace those. So
yeah.
Tend to try to talk them into you need to be safe, then sure, protect your family, and especially again, older people love safety.
Sure,
they're high on keeping their house high and tight.
Yeah,
and they want to be safe. They don't have to worry.
Right, they can't run out like they used to.
No, they can't run out like they.
So, yeah, because that was, again, something when I was new to the industry, I had no idea that those things expire, So when you see the yellow ones, what do you, do you just, is that pretty much how you break it down?
Well, Yeah, so I told the expired, do you mind if I just pop it out, take a look, see when these were put in, and the data spec, and kind of tells you, hey, these are 20 years old. And they're like, oh, we haven't had any problem with them, yes, because they won't go out the explosive. Or they'll chirp at you they'll start beeping and chirping at you all the time.
Yeah.
Well, I just keep changing the batteries, and well, this one I took down because it wouldn't stop chirping. And I threw it in the garbage. So like, come on.
Yeah, you're right. So what for options on smokes? What are a couple options? How will you sell them?
Well, depending on what system they have in their house. So if they have hardwires in their house, just put them back to the hardwire smoke alarm front. I mean, you don't want to. I try to steer away from the battery ones where you get people have chains 9-volt batteries. You want to get ones with the sealed batteries in them now.
Yeah.
We were doing wireless interconnecting ones for a long time.
Yeah.
But we kind of geared a little bit away from that a little bit. Never had that issue with the kitty smoke bar.
Oh,
we kind of geared away from it.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you just have the old school, not interconnected ones, you'll sell the hardwired ones. You'll sell that as an option.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. So that's top one, and like we can replace all the basic ones with the old school stick on the wall.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Get something back in their house for them.
Right.
But I mean, you can put a wire system in. It's just going to cost. It's going to cost some more.
Yeah.
We'll put that option in there, so you have to run the wires and hook all that up for them.
Yeah. But, you mentioned the safety savings plan. I'm glad you did, because I always forget to bring it up. When do you start talking about it in the call? You mentioned it early on when you first get there at all, kind of plant the seed about it, or do you just kind of wait towards you, or on your club membership?
On our club membership, I mean, I believe they talked about it at the call originally.
Right.
And then when we're out there, we just break it up again. Say, hey, send it in a book. And
yeah. So you do what more when you're trying to
close down the guy, but just talk about the benefits of being a club member.
Yeah. What benefits do you try to push? Or really
how you lose the dispatch fee for coming out. You get the lifetime warranty on all our parts that we install, like our GFCIs and something like that. So I kind of tend to push all the warranties, guarantees. You get it.
Sure. We're sure.
Yeah.
Now, when you're, way we've been talking, you've been building out a lot of options. Let's say on this original call, do you just close one at a time, or do you bundle it all together at some point?
At some point, yeah, I just bundle it all. If they're really wanting to get a lot of stuff done, remodel their house, yeah, I'll just put it all in one big option for them, and we'll go over it, and then we'll think, hey, this is a want, so we're going to move this over into the want. I'll create a separate category for them, and then they have their wants and the needs.
Okay. So you break down that without breaking.
Yeah, break down wants and needs for them. And a lot of people really respect it like that.
Now, as because you were giving people options along the way throughout this, sometimes people are like, oh, yeah, we need to definitely do that, right? And other times, you can tell body language, I'm not really that worried about it, Kevin. When you show those final options, will you put it in there regardless?
I always put it in there regardless.
Okay. So it doesn't matter how they feel.
Anything that's life, health, and safety. I kind of live my life like that. Life, health, and safety. We're here to protect you,
right,
and take care of you and your family.
Yeah. Now, even if, let's say, that's great, but the lighting thing, let's say maybe I know what you're saying about the lighting, but they're look warm on it. We still build it out.
Okay. That's a want, not a need.
Right.
So you put it in the one category for them.
Okay. So even if they were kind of iffy, you're going to, hey, at least this is the way it is. And they can tell you,
most people are going to say, hey, can you just give me a price on it and email it to me?
Right.
Yeah, I can do that for you.
Okay.
I'll give them a price on everything. Whatever they want while they're there, I'll give them a price for it, email it to them. But at least we're going to get this job done for you today over there.
Right. Okay, for sure. Now, I think earlier on we talked, you'll talk, at this point we bring up the company and your warranties, as a subtle close. You talk about that at that point?
Yeah. Although, you give your build out your options, give them the whole rundown and the scoop of, what we're going to be doing today. Here are your options. Which one would you like to do?
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you would like to do or incorporate in this before we finish? Or if you decide something, after we go ahead and sign up here and we're going to do this work, you decide to do something else, just let me know. We can always add it in there. Like, and then like kind of, then you just build the value and, keep going with it. Yeah. Let them know their warranties and guarantees, and then you show them the price. Okay.
How much different are your warranties and guarantees that allow editors?
I think they're around our area.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody's just like 1 year around there. Yeah. So their SSP membership, that's like gold. Yeah. Nobody offers that around by us. Yeah.
So that helps sell a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Really nice.
Yeah, for sure.
And now get the discount on top of it, which helps out.
Yeah. At that point also, are you presenting it as a finance price on all these, the wants and needs, the options you broke it?
I usually just tell them about financing.
Okay.
And unless they kind of say, hey, I really would like to do finance, or hey, what are the options for financing? I don't really go with the financing unless they really are interested in it.
Okay.
I don't really push it, or I don't say, oh, it's only $200.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A month.
Yeah.
Most people like up by us are either A, they're going to pay for it, or B, they're going to be really inclined to want to do financing.
Okay.
That's just what I found out.
Okay.
Over the years doing it. And you can kind of read people. I got really good at reading people, their body language, and just subtle cues of, what they want, don't want it. And you get good at reading people.
Yeah. Is that, early on, I'm glad you brought that up. When you were first led in the door and you start making the small talk, how much are you reading body language?
Yeah, I read. When I pull up in their driveway, I read everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pulling into the neighborhood to pull into the driveway, you can see how do they take care of their yard? Is it well groomed? Are their bushes overgrown? I mean, you can kind of tell the type of person somebody is based on how they kind of take care of everything. Sure, somebody real tidy and keeps a real nice, clean vehicle. It's constantly washed and waxed.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you step in the house and their house is like spotless.
Yeah.
Well, you better treat their stuff with care.
Right. Right. We treat everybody's stuff with care.
Yeah.
But we really care, really understand.
That's in the detail.
Are there certain types of homeowners you're like, oh boy, I'm in for this will be a long call? Certain personality types? Or you do pretty well with it? I mean, you got good numbers, so
pretty much do pretty well with everybody.
Yeah.
I would say you get to like real like dominant personalities, and once somebody is like gets going and like you know what I mean?
Sure.
They kind of wants to shut me down. Yeah, it's hard to break through that barrier.
Yeah. Have you figured a way to do it, or are you just like, okay, all right, I understand, Mr. Jones.
You got to calm them down. And hey, we're here to take care of this problem for you.
Right.
That was up this part.
Yeah, for sure. Some objections. Obviously, if you're like, there's a lot of work here. Like you said, a lot of older homes, you could own the whole laundry list of things.
Yeah.
How do you handle people go, boy, that costs a lot. I'd expect that today. So how do you kind of handle that?
I mean, kind of how I do it is more or less, I don't really get a lot of objections that they
really.
Oh no, yeah, it's because if you tailor your options to the person, and you do, like I said, you got the needs, the things you need to do that are safety and all that. 99% of people are gonna go with it. You're always gonna have that 1% of people you will never make happy. That's hard to make happy, and it's going to do the work that they initially wanted anyway, and move on. But majority of them, you got needs at once, and you take care of the safety and the needs, and the wants you come back to and do later. Because if you do 100%, 110% on all this, they're going to call you back to do that.
Support for this podcast comes from Shuby. Keeping your client's floors clean can be a hassle, but it doesn't have to be when you use Shuby's high-quality shoe covers and surface protection products on every job. Our products are specifically designed to showcase your professionalism at a minimal cost per job. Made from strong, durable materials that won't rip or tear, our products ensure maximum protection. We know that your time is valuable, and that's why we make it our mission to provide you with the tools you need to get the job done quickly and efficiently. So why wait? Visit www.shuby.com to check out some of our great products and use code SC10 to get 10% off all Shuby products. And Staples. Staples is the leading provider in office supplies, offering a vast selection of products and services. Over the last 2 years, Staples has also become one of the largest janitorial suppliers in the U.S. as well. From your everyday business essentials to your office furniture, printing, facilities, and break room, Staples can do it all. Staples offers benefits to help create efficiencies in procurement and consolidate vendors to streamline internal processes. Visit staplesadvantage.com to learn more.
I want to clarify your needs and wants. So is it basically two options? Are there levels of options between need and within needs and within wants?
Well, that's actually three options. So you got needs, and you got needs with safety saving. And then you got safety savings, you got surge protection, and then you got the wants. And
Okay.
so I'd break it down into a lot of, I guess, my own personal categories.
No, but that's interesting. It works. Okay. It works. Yeah. How about, again, someone's like, well, it's a lot of money, even just the needs. I might need another bit. Do you get a lot of that still or pretty much not?
I do.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, hey, I can get this done for you right here, right now. We can get this knocked out.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way. You don't have to worry about the hassle of people trying to return your calls or get a contractor out here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they still fight you, you're always going to have the 1%. Yeah, they're going to fight you.
Right.
Tooth and nail. Then at a point, you just kind of got to submit. Hey, give me a call. There's my card. Here's all my information. You got any questions, you can call me.
Right. Right.
Just make sure, everything's apples for apples.
Yeah. Yeah.
If somebody might be giving you a cheaper product or going something the cheap route, or you just never know.
Sure. Now, will you call those people back in a day or two, or you wait to hear from them?
So I usually wait about a week.
Okay.
I give people about a week, and then I call them back.
Okay.
Our office they don't call them back too much. I'll give them a call and talk inside of the relationship.
Sure. If after that point, I mean, how many times you call someone before or text before you're like, okay, we need just let the office know. Maybe one day we'll reach back out. I mean, what's that time?
I usually I give them about a month, and then after that, then I just have the office, reach out to them. Hey, so-and-so, we did this. Can you give them a call and see if they're still wanting to get that done, or
right. Put it on file. Maybe we'll call it. Maybe I'll back in 6 months or right. Sure.
But after a while, you don't want to beg them too much because then they're like, oh, hey,
what's going on?
What's going on? How do they keep bugging me?
Right. Let's say you sell a pretty good sized job. It's last call of the day. It was a later call to begin with. Will you stay late and finish it?
My wife knows I don't get home till 9 o'clock every night.
Okay. So
if I get home at 6,
yeah.
I told all the apprentices that work with me, don't expect to be home till 9.
Okay.
Just have that expectation going in every day. If you're home at 5, you're home at 5.
Right.
I'll say I stayed till midnight in people's houses.
So you won't like to start a job and then come back the next day?
A lot of times we get them done, but sometimes we do that.
Okay.
Depends on the job.
Okay.
It all varies.
Right. But at least you will get something going. Because you don't want cancellations. You don't want to elevate job and
I hate people when they cancel. It drives me nuts.
Right.
Because you get all the stuff together, like all these parts gathered up as a big job, and they're like, oh, we decided to go with somebody else. Then 2 weeks later?
Oh, okay.
So I try to get it done as fast as I can.
Right. Or at least get something started.
But you don't get those people. Get something started in it.
Yeah.
You always want to, whether it's doing something in the breaker box, something simple at night, if it's, say we're there, present your options, because you start 4 o'clock, right, that job, and by the time you go through everything and what they want and go through the options, it's 6 o'clock. Now you got $10,000 worth of work to do. I'm sure I'm going to do that cheap. That's not going to happen. So you might throw that surge protector on the panel and just change out them shared neutral circuit, put the pole breakers on shared neutral circuits and move on for the day. And then at least they're tied in, a little bit right with you a little bit.
Yeah, because you can't cancel it.
Yeah, we got work going on.
Yeah, we collect a deposit on that?
Yeah, usually we do 20%.
Okay.
Down, the rest on completions.
I love it. Good stuff. All right. Just kind of wrapping up, what advice do you have for new electricians to the service model? Maybe you look at a young Kevin What you wish you would have known back then that you know now?
When I came back and I started, it takes about 1 year. We cannot get frustrated. Don't get mad at yourself for not doing anything. It's going to take you a year before you really get your feet wet, get to do it, be able to do it the right way.
Yeah.
Takes time.
Okay.
Very patience.
Yeah. Why do you think customers decide to invest a lot of money with you versus go, I just want you to change the fan and get out, or I want to call somebody else? So why do they trust you so much?
I don't know.
Yep.
I just want a good question.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to trustworthy.
My wife tells me it's my blue eye.
That's what she said.
It worked for her. That's what she said. Blue eye. That's why we're married.
What? I love it. That's great. That's great. Okay. Last question. What motivates you? You said you'll stay till 9 o'clock to get the job done right. Like, where does that motivation come from? What drives you?
I would say I always being a competitor.
Yeah. Right.
So I always wanted to be my dad.
Uh-huh.
So I know what my dad makes a year. I knew what he made growing up. He's told me that. So just beating him.
Yeah. That's great.
So that was always my drive. Seeing him, he worked late. So kind of being like him.
Yeah.
And then just being a competitor, just competition. That's great. Everything's competition.
That's right.
Maybe I'll be better at you at radio someday.
Oh, you already are, probably. Awesome. Well, Kevin, thank you so much for your time. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Support for this podcast comes from Premier One. Premier One's high-output germicidal UV is a scientifically correct solution to the indoor air quality problems used by hospitals and food manufacturing facilities worldwide. We offer a complete solution to all three phases of indoor air pollution. Produced in North America, our products have a 99.9% success rate due to live testing. Each unit goes through a rigorous testing procedure during the manufacturing process. Certain Path members earn a generous rebate when Premier One products are purchased only from authorized Certain Path distribution partners: HD Supply, Ferguson, Wind Supply, Baker, Ari Michelle, and Woolsey. This allows you to double dip the rebates too. For more information, contact Mark Mariucci at 800-982-1840 or go to premieroneproducts.com. Support for this podcast comes from Rheem. Founded in 1925, Rheem innovates new ways to deliver precise temperatures while saving energy, water, and supporting a more sustainable future. Rheem is the only manufacturer in the world that produces heating, cooling, water heating, pool and spa heating, and commercial refrigeration products. For nearly a century, Rheem has been the industry leader, pioneering numerous industry firsts, including smart features that meet the HVAC needs of homeowners and contractors with high-quality, sustainable, high-efficiency air conditioners, furnaces, and more. That's why we design every new product with the Rheem 360-degree plus one philosophy of performance, installability, serviceability, and integration. We evaluate every detail from top to bottom, inside and out, and everything in between. We consider the work that goes into installing and servicing our products, as well as how we can deliver the best homeowner experience, and then we take it further. That's 360 degrees plus one. Go to www.rheem.com for more information. The Successful Contractor Podcast is part of the Certain Path family. Certain Path builds successful home service businesses and has for 23 years. We do it by providing contractors with a proven path to success, professional coaching, software solutions, and a member community of over 1,000 contractors just like you. Doubling your sales with a 20% net profit and an inspiring company culture is all possible. Let us show you the way. With Certain Path, success is made certain. Visit www.mycertainpath.com for more information.